Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a keto blended iced coffee, the one that I created and make for myself during my keto journey. There's a funny story about it. I used to call it iced keto coffee, but then I started thinking people are going to think like the Starbucks kind where it's very liquidy and a lot of ice. It's not that kind of iced keto coffee. And again, it's not actually like a milkshake. So somewhere like in between. So my daughter kept hearing me say it, and the frustration of me really wanted to describe it the way it is. So she said, it's a keto blended iced coffee. That's perfect. On the thing, this is the one I use. It's a Slimfast Keto. It's an optimal low carb ketogenic nutrition milkshake. So on here they call it a milkshake, which it's also a meal replacement. So if you just want to have this for breakfast, this by itself, it is a meal replacement. That's perfect. But yeah, I do this twice a day. I drink it in the morning for breakfast, and then I'll do it later in the evening. It's like kind of my last meal for the day per se. But yeah, so it's not a milkshake. It says milkshake. So my description, my title that my daughter gave me is the best way to say it, the keto blended iced coffee. So that's what it's going to be called. So anyway, this is the recipe that I came up with. I incorporated things that actually help my body. As you know, the one thing that I have struggled with on the keto diet is not having fiber in my body, because a lot of things on the keto don't have a lot of fiber, and so you need to replace that back in your body. And that was one of the concerns my doctor had. He wasn't 100% for keto, but he saw the results in me and he said, hey, if it works for you, I support you 100%. We'll just keep tabs on all your blood work, on all your health, make sure it's for your good, more good for you than bad for you. So my blood work came out perfect. I went over that in my keto journey video, and I actually have to do an update on it, because when I talked about it in my keto journey video, I was translating it myself because I forgot to translate it with my doctor. Everything looked good, and indeed everything was good. I was reading it right. There was just one thing that was a little different, so I'm going to do an update on that. But yeah, so the fiber is the one thing that you have to replace back. And the way I found to replace fiber is with the flaxseed. It's just perfectly to replace your fiber. I know the doctor was telling me to get Metamucil, and I plan to do that as well. But in the meantime, after struggling with the digestion, and I don't want to be too TMI, not being able to go to the bathroom and have to do other means to fix it, I started going back. I used to do this in other healthy milkshakes that I used to do in other diets. So I remembered, and I thought, I'm just going to try the flaxseed, and it was a blessing. It worked. I'm definitely going to still try the Metamucil because you want to follow your doctor's orders. But yeah, so I created this recipe, and this is stuff that works for me. So the first thing you use is the almond milk. So I use the vanilla unsweetened, the 30-calorie one. So it's the silk almond. So you're going to do 1 cup of this. Actually, like 1 cup and a quarter, because I feel this is my cup measurement. I fill it up, and I actually do a little bit more, which might equal to a quarter. You probably can't see that. So I'll do that. So a quarter and a cup. The next thing I put in there is the heavy whipping cream. This is key. If you don't have whipping cream, you could do this recipe without it. I had to do it the other day because I ran out, and it worked. But you have to put a little bit extra milk, because the way I blended made it too thick. So, and this just makes it delicious as well. So I don't really have a measurement for this. Maybe one day I will. So I just know when I pour it in, I pour in the same amount. It's so weird. I'm going to show you. So I just do that. Like I squeeze a thing, and when I can't squeeze it, that's enough. So after I put the a cup and a quarter of almond milk, we put what I call that gulp of heavy whipping cream. I just squeeze, like I say, the thing. I just squeeze it like that, and whatever comes out, which is usually a good amount, a good spout. Maybe I'll measure it one day and have the right measurement. But you just squeeze however much you want to go in there. You kind of play it by ear. The next thing I use, of course, is the Slimfast Keto. milkshake, and I use 1 scoop of those. You can be safe as far as carbs and keto friendly with 2 scoops. It'll tell you there on here, but I only use 1 scoop because I adapt the second scoop with something else, and I'll show you that. It comes with your measuring scoop already. So just 1 scoop. So I put that in there. Then the next thing, so that's one thing that you can make, one way that you can make it your own. You can add the 2 scoops and be perfectly good with carbs and keto friendly. But I don't, because I want to add another type of coffee to get another type of flavor. So I just do the 1. But if you just want to use this one by itself and not add any other type of coffee flavor, 2 scoops is good as well. The one that I use is the Hills Brother Cappuccino. It's French vanilla, but it's sugar-free. Very important that you get the sugar-free one. I used to use this one, Cafe de Vida, when I would, because I can't drink regular coffee. It really affects my body. It makes my heart pound out of my chest like I want to go to the ER. I'm just bouncing off the walls. It just really affects my heart, so I can't drink regular coffee. So one day I found, to me, what's like a supplement that it doesn't affect. Now, if I drink 2 or 3 of these, yeah, it can affect me. So this is the first one I had found years ago. It's called the Cafe de Vida Cappuccino, and what I love mostly is that my heart can handle it, and that it's French vanilla. I love French vanilla, love it. But this is not the most friendliest for keto diet. It has the double of the carbs of the sugar-free of this one. So I don't do this one. So we want to go with the sugar-free and the less carbs possible to make it as keto friendly as possible. So I'll just add 1 tablespoon of this just to give it that French vanilla taste. Even though the keto milkshake, the flavor that I like, they have like 3 or 4 flavors, but I don't like none of the other ones so far. I don't know. I haven't really tried them, but they don't sound like something that I would like, but you can try them. I like this one, the creamy coffee cappuccino. So anything that's cappuccino, French vanilla, that's my thing. So yeah, so this is the flavor that I like, the creamy coffee cappuccino. And then instead of doing 2 scoops, like I say, I'll do 1 tablespoon of this one, just to give it that French vanilla flavor. And like I said, it's sugar-free, so it's keto friendly and it has less carbs. So this is my tablespoon measurement. So I'll do a tablespoon, maybe a little bit over of that, just for flavor. But like I said, you can go ahead and just use 2 scoops of this, or even 1 scoop if that's good enough for you. But this is just how I like it. And then of course, the next thing I use is my sweetener. I'll do 2 tablespoons of the sweetener. Versus with my keto mason jar ice creams, I only use 1. So that's the measuring right there. I'll do 2 here. So I'm using it as a meal replacement, so I can afford to use that extra tablespoon of sugar. And of course, I'm using the best sweetener you can. There's many others like the monk fruit and stuff. So I'm still in the keto friendly area. And then the next thing I use is my ground flaxseed. I'm trying to finish this, but I don't think there might be enough to fill up. 1 tablespoon is what I put of this. You can always put more or less, depending on your fiber needs. So I'm trying to use the last of this. So I think I'm just going to, it's not the full tablespoon, so I'm just going to pour out the rest of what's in the bag here, which would make, I just can't get it out with a spoon. Just to finish that bag. Like I said, I made groceries. Got groceries last night, so I got a new fresh bag. So here it is. And then, of course, the ice. I start off with like 4 to 6 cubes. If I want a little bit thicker, on the next round I add more. So that's what it is. Let me get the ice cubes. Oh God, these things are stuck. I don't know if you've ever had this happen. I have 4 trays, one on top of each other, and the ice trays from the second one will stick to the first one. It really bugs me when that happens, but, and see, those are the ones that this tray is missing, so I don't know why that's wet. So like I said, I'll do 4 to 6 cubes. In this case, I'm going to do 6 to start with. Then I put the top on it. If you watch my Keto Mason Jar Ice Cream Berry Blend that I just did, the settings that I use for that one is the puree. It's a 35 automatic timer that counts down. For my Keto Blended Ice Coffee, I use the medium setting and I let it go up. It doesn't have an automatic timer. I just stop it at 30 seconds, but it goes up. So we're going to do that right now. I don't want you to hear the noise, so I'm going to turn the camera off and come back. So you can see that was 30 seconds. I stopped it at 30 seconds. I like when I do the puree for my mason jar ice cream because it has an automatic timer and it counts down and stops on its own. This one I have to keep watching it. No biggie, it's only 30 seconds. But see, I stopped at 30 seconds. We'll see how it looks. So we'll take it out. I give it a bang. See how thick it is? It's not thick enough for me. See how you can see it's still not completely liquidy, but not completely as thick as I like it. So I'm gonna have to put a few more cubes. But this happens all the time. I always have to do a second round of ice cubes. So I put like 4 or 5 in there. More. See how that works. And then do it for 30 more seconds. So I just did it for 30 more seconds. Let's see if it's thick enough for me now. Had a hard time opening it up. It's a little bit thicker, but I wanted a little bit more, so I'm going to put a couple of more ice cubes. So I end up having to do a third round, which is not, every now and then that happens to me where I have to go another third round. But you just do what you have to do to get it as thick as you would like it. However thick it works for you. But most of the time I have to do 2 rounds. So now it's nice as thick as I like it. Still moves a little bit, but it's great now. Then I get my favorite. My daughter bought this for me. I actually have 2 now. I'm going to show you. So my daughter bought me this cup. My other daughter, she bought me this cup when we went to Starbucks. Because I used to, my favorite drink used to be the strawberries and cream Cappuccino. Of course, I cannot have that. It'll go off my keto journey, off the rooftop. I don't really miss it anymore. I kind of got used to not drinking it. But I found through other YouTubers that there are 3 drinks that you can, at least so far that I found out, 3 drinks that you can, my tag is itching my back, 3 drinks that you can order from Starbucks that are keto friendly, and probably tomorrow, or if I have some time today, I can make it here at home and I'll share that recipe with you as well. I never even thought about it until I just mentioned it. But I can make it at home because I found out the ingredients. But there are 3 that I know of. And maybe I'll do a video on sharing those recipes. I probably can't make all 3 here at home, but maybe I'll go to Starbucks and order them or let you know the recipe and show you that you can order them, even though I might not show you because it might not kind of be my favorite. But 1 out of the 3 was my favorite, and it's the passion tea, and that's the one I can also make at home that I can drink if I'm at Starbucks or I want to have that Starbucks feel, but still be on the keto friendly journey. But so my daughter felt bad that I couldn't totally go to Starbucks. I mean, there was only 1 drink that I drank there, and I think one time I had a pumpkin spice during the Christmas season. It was pretty good. But she knew that I did like Starbucks and I liked that drink, that she wanted me to still have like that memory. So she bought me this cup. It's the hard, look at me, I'm dropping it. It's the hard plastic, but it has the Starbucks symbol, and I love the straw. Everything is perfect. So I can feel like I went to Starbucks making my own keto blended iced coffee. So I love her for that. And then my other daughter, for Valentine's Day, she just got me this one, which is so cute. It has the unicorn design. It's bigger, which is nicer. I like the dome kind of cap or top, and it has the beautiful pink and white straw, which is hard plastic like this straw. It's not a flimsy plastic. It's just so pretty. I haven't used it yet. I just got it for Valentine's Day, but I figured I'll use this one when I'm on the road drinking my Keto Blended Iced Coffee. So I use this one for on the road when I have to go to doctor's appointments or go to someplace, run errands, and I don't want to necessarily take that one. I can use this one, and maybe I'll use it at home as well too. I just haven't used it yet, but I wanted just to show you that. So whatever your favorite cup or whatever that you want to have, that, you know, that Starbucks feel, or that, you know, just that, how do you call it, just ice drink or blended drink or milkshake or whatever, those are great cups. A lot of people use them, so I just showing you my two favorites. So most of the time when I'm at home, I'll use this one. So then I'll pour it in here like that, and it'll probably be too much. That's when this one probably would have came in handy. But I'll just use the extra as I go. I think because I had to put, so clean it off here because it actually comes out of the straw. And there you go, voila. So, oh my God, that's so good. If you tried it, I don't know, everybody's different. You might have to make it your own, like with anything else. You might not need the flaxseed thing. You might be doing fine with some other replacement for fiber, so you might not need that. You can take that out if you like, and if you don't need it. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to have this brand of sweetener as long as it's a keto-friendly sweetener, like monk fruit or stevia or many of the other ones. You can use that, whatever one you have or you like. You don't have to add the Hills Brothers sugar-free cappuccino to give it that French vanilla flavor. You can delete this out. But if you like French vanilla and want to get a little taste of it, you can replace 1 scoop of the Slimfast Keto milkshake with one of these, or you could do, like I said, 2 of these, or even if just one is good enough for you. So you have to try it and see what works for you. Make it your own, or if you like the way I did it, that's great too. That's what it's all about, is sharing it with you guys and seeing what you think. I mean, I've learned from a lot of other YouTubers that are in their keto journey as well, so why not? You also don't have to have this type of milk. A lot of people will drink coconut milk. A lot of people will drink, there's so many different kinds. It doesn't necessarily have to be this brand. It doesn't necessarily have to be the almond or the vanilla unsweetened. But just as long as it's as less calories as possible, so you can get the less carbs as possible. But whatever tastes good for you. If this is not your cup of tea, you can replace it with any milk of your choice, as long as it's a healthy, keto-friendly milk. That's the bottom line. So many other different ones. Maybe I'll do a video on the comparisons of the different sweeteners, of the different milks, stuff like that. But just look into it. Like I said, if you want to follow exactly what I do, it is delicious. I can't even explain it. But if you want to adapt and make it your own, I think that is great, because it has to be exactly made for you and what you really like. So yeah, so I'll put in the description bar, I'll put all the ingredients and the amount of each ingredient if you want to follow exactly like me. Or like I said, take it from there, look at all the ingredients, look at the amounts, measurements, and then adapt it to your own if you want to do that as well. But this is how I make my Keto Blended Iced Coffee. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that's the only way you get heads up on every time I upload a video. Whether it's keto journey, autism, or all things Carmen. I should probably rename my channel to All Things Carmen, but I don't kind of want to follow anybody. I like my name. It's unique, because there's Adrienne Bailon. Her channel is All Things Adrienne, which is good because it covers from A to Z. It's blogging about her life, fashion, recipes, cooking. It just covers everything. So that's a perfect name, All Things Adrienne. Maybe one day I'll do All Things Carmen. I'll figure something out that will cover everything, but I think my name by itself also covers it. So yeah, so this is it. This is my Keto Blended Iced Coffee. And if you, like I said, try it, or you know, if you don't exactly like it the way I want it, adapt it, create it, make it your own, and enjoy blended coffee. So until my next video, thank you so much for watching, and take care.